Hello there everyone, I'm Edelrose Regalado from Bulacan State University, Hagunay Campus, and I am currently taking up Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in English, minor in Mandarin. And as part of my requirements this semester, I am going to present one of the manuscripts that caught my attention. So first, let us define what is manuscript.
Manuscripts are documents that were handwritten rather than being typed or printed. Manuscripts and archives are the organic products of the individual and organizations. They cannot be understood apart from the life of the individual or the functions of the organization that created them. Documents are therefore kept together as discrete units of material linked to their creator or collector. They are not pulled out of their collections and subjectively reorganized according to some other scheme, such as subject matter, geographical focus, or time period. Manuscripts are also old books that give handwritten accounts.
There are many manuscripts around the world that has different concept and content to be seen by an individual. One of the manuscripts that catches my eyes is the Book of Kells. These books consist of 680 pages. And in history, the Book of Kells is one of the most finest and famous in Ireland, Scotland. Now, let us further discuss what is the Book of Kells. So, the Book of Kells was produced by monks of St. Columba's Order of Iona, Scotland. But exactly where it was made is disputed, as theories regarding composition range from its creation on the island of Iona to Kells, Ireland to Lindisfarne, Britain. It was most likely created at least in part at Iona and then brought to Kells to keep it safe from Viking raiders who first struck Iona in 795 CE. Shortly after the raid on Lindisfarne Priory in Britain. It is the text of the four Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, along with some concordances and miscellaneous documents. It's in Latin, mainly from a version of the Gospels by St. Jerome, with some portions of drawing on the Irish verses, and a few of the miscellaneous pieces in Irish. Book of Kells is a biblical manuscript of the four Gospels of the Christian New Testaments, currently housed at Trinity College, Dublin, Ireland. For the record, manuscripts are stored in archives or special library and is being handled in a very meticulous way. In such, the manuscript should be housed in acid-free, linen-free, buffer-filed folders and boxes. But how about during exhibits? What can we do to help on preserving such rare items? According to NEDCC, or Northeast Document Conservation Center, there are 5 simple rules for display.
First is use copies or facsimiles whenever possible. Second, do not display a valuable paper artifact permanently. Third, keep light levels as low as possible. Fourth, minimize exposure to ultraviolet light. Fifth, ensure that cases and frames are enclosed, sealed, and made of materials that will not damage their contents.
So, it means that during exhibition, we are not allowed to touch or use cameras with flashes as it may damage the quality of the artifacts. Now, let us proceed to the next question that would come in your mind. What is the importance of this book? Why does millions of people want to see it? According to William Ward, curiosity is the wick in the candle of learning. So how is this related? It's because how the book created was still a mystery. In an animated movie inspired by the book entitled The Secret of Kells, characters called the book as Book of Iona. As noted, it is most likely came to Kells from Iona in 806 CE following the worst of the Viking raids on the island, and is known to have been stolen in 1007 CE when its cover was lost. That's why the text itself was found discarded. It is considered most likely the same book Giraldus Cambrensis so admired at Kildare in the 12th century. But, if he is correct about this location, it was back at the Abbey of Kells in the same century, as land charters pertaining to the abbey were written on some of the pages. It remained at the abbey until the 17th century when Oliver Cromwell invaded Ireland during 1649 to 1643 and stationed a part of his force at Kells. At this time, the manuscript was brought to Dublin for safekeeping. It came into the hands of Bishop Henry Jones during 1605 to 1682. He is an alumnus of Trinity College, and Jones donated it to the college's library in 1661, along with the Book of Darrow. The manuscript has been housed at the Trinity Library ever since. Second reason why this book is important is because it is the most famous of the early medieval manuscripts. The Book of Kells has been well known for a very, very long time, as it is one of the few well-preserved illustrated manuscripts before the 12th century. And third is because it is the pinnacle of its style. Audiences who have seen the manuscript have expressed that this is a beautiful piece of art. This is also considered as Irish national treasure. Now, how it became so beautiful? Let us check its components. The Book of Kells is produced in the insular style, an early medieval style developed in the British Isles and Ireland. Some of this style is referred to as Hiberno-Saxon, and it denotes the melding of Anglo-Saxon and Celtic art. Even me will be amazed if I could have such handwriting. The book was also written on a vellum, or we also known as parchment. One of the most distinct styles and types has been that of the Irish or Celtic art. Celtic art is set apart from other kinds of art based upon the heavy use of the various knotwork patterns and designs by the usage of the colors violet, brown, yellow, blue, and green, and particularly in the Book of Kells, the angular runic styles of font. Fourth reason is the Book of Kells has become such a national symbol and so a part of Irish culture that even appears on the Irish currency. Lastly, the most representative piece of Celtic and Irish art is the Book of Kells, an ornately decorated, very unique copy of the New Testament of that it was intended for, and used as a service book at the altar, a book for use in that way rather than a private devotional. That is how the Book of Kells affects the history. Complicated origin but beautiful input in history. Manuscripts are like people. According to Kilroth Ulster, our life is an unfinished manuscript, as we constantly edit our evolving composition. So let us all finish our own manuscript so that we can reach out to others once we are ready to publish it.